So today, Rock Band actually finally hit 3,000 songs. Congrats. It's pretty crazy. I thought it might be a good time to talk a bit about like if music games are even interesting anymore. Um, Rock Band 3 has been doing pretty well. I mean, it's getting bands like Dillinger Escape Plan and Cynic on Rock Band Network. Harmonix is independent now, and the downloadable content they're releasing is pretty damn good. I mean, they had a Aussie pack, they've had Soundgarden, and today they had Yes, which is pretty cool. Guitar Hero is gone, but recently Kotick said some things that actually weren't too bad. He actually said that there is a new studio working on Guitar Hero. We don't know what the studio is, and everyone that I know that worked on Guitar Hero that was worth mentioning isn't working on it. So, I mean, that leads me to believe that they really want to, I guess, get away from what Guitar Hero was and maybe go in a totally new direction. I would imagine that it's probably like has something to do with new technology, like maybe new consoles and stuff like that. Or maybe they're just going to turn into like, a more bargain basement type game, which is fine with me. I just want more songs to play as long as it works with all the content I already have. One of the interesting things that Kotick said is that he kind of blames the failure of Guitar Hero because more attention was diverted to DJ Hero, which is kind of true. Because DJ Hero had definitely had a better marketing campaign than Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock. The fact is that the game DJ Hero 2 is a really good game, and he even says it. He says it's like an excellent game. It was highly reviewed, but nobody showed up to buy it. Now you could blame it, oversaturation and stuff like that, but I think the fact is that people actually started getting sick of music games around 2008. It's been all downhill from there. The only exception really is the Beatles, and as John Drake says, it's the fucking Beatles. Who isn't going to buy the Beatles game? I mean, definitely Guitar Hero released a lot of games in 2009, don't get me wrong, but I mean, I enjoy playing them. Just wish more things exported, I guess. I don't know. Another interesting thing that Kotick says is that in the case of Guitar Hero, we did the research, and it was very clear people didn't want more 80s heavy metal music. But what they wanted was very difficult for us to get from the music companies. And then he gives an example. He says that everyone wants Led Zeppelin, but we couldn't get Led Zeppelin. So what that says to me is that the stuff that's easy to license is 80s metal. That's like a large majority of kind of the stuff that ends up in Guitar Hero and Rock Band. And people don't want it. They did want it at one point, but now they want other stuff. So I guess what he's saying is that, I mean, there's all this stuff that's easy to license and stuff like that, but nobody's interested in it. They want Led Zeppelin. You can't get Led Zeppelin because Jimmy Page is, whatever, he's an asshole. Talented asshole, but whatever. Gives Puff Daddy his stuff, but he won't give his master tracks to Guitar Hero or Rock Band. The other interesting thing that I still don't really understand that he says here is that there was a whole host of artists that just didn't want to give rights to Guitar Hero. It was very hard to get around that. And then there were other things. We put things out there that were not ready for prime time and that today actually would resonate very well with audiences. What that says to me is that what they did for Guitar Hero World Tour with all the kind of interesting artists and interesting music, if they would have done that now, I guess, with Warriors of Rock, like in a better engine, it would have resonated a lot better. I mean, in Guitar Hero 5, Vampire Weekend put into the game, I mean, people were like, whatever, but now Vampire Weekend is, huge. A lot of the bands, I guess, they put in, they kind of, put them in a bit too early. They kind of, tried to jump on something, and people weren't ready for it. I guess what it means is that now people are a bunch of hipsters, and all the hipster music they put in 2008 would have done a lot better in 2011. That's the only thing I can take from that statement, because other than that, I have no idea what Kotick's talking about. The other thing is Rocksmith, and I know that you guys are seeing this game and you're like, well, Harmonix is not Harmonix, so the game's gonna suck. It's Ubisoft. The game looks dumb. It's not gonna work. I'm very skeptical. The advertising campaign doesn't mention pro mode enough, so like fuck Ubisoft and like blah blah blah. But I'm telling, I played the game at Heavy TO on Saturday, and the game is good. And I mean, I played with headphones, and there's latency concerns, but I might buy headphones like just to play this game like perfectly. It was a lot of fun. I could actually see myself getting better with guitar. And I mean, I'm gonna take this guitar and plug it into my 360. I'm gonna like be all like, alright, I can play like songs now. I don't have to just, noodle around and play dumb riffs. You actually play like things that are tight. I don't know. So that's about it. I mean, you can obviously see that the whole music game thing has shifted to dancing games. And the gaming industry has also shifted to iOS. I mean, iPhone games, mobile gaming is huge now. It blows away most of the games that we play in terms of sales. Dance Central 2, like, that game looks incredible. The fact they got 2 people to play at once, really cool. And, all those other features. The thing, how it fully exports all the tracks, also good. But I mean, Just Dance 3 is multi-platform, and it's coming out before Dance Central. So I hope that a lot of people really love their Connect, because that's some stiff competition. If it's being released on Move, Connect, and Wii, then. That's stiff competition for Harmonix, especially when most of their resources have been shifted to Dance Central. Which they should be, because, I mean, a lot of people don't really care about Rock Band anymore. They don't. But, I mean, I'm looking forward to music gaming in the future, see if Activision throws their hat into the ring with the Dance Hero that was rumored and then all information disappeared about it. And, yeah, I mean, I have a bunch of plastic instruments that I can play circles and squares with, and hopefully in the future, more circles. Alright, take it easy, guys.